presentation of the National Football League.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight it's on to Week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store. As it'll be our visitors taking on our home team. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys already finding themselves in a pretty massive hole, 0-3 to start the new year. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3 cornerback.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
The 36-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Prince. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
That's good.
A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Here's 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Brings up a third down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
To number 6. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now a handoff up the middle. Prince. And not much running room. Down to the 32. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short.
And it's 3rd down.
He'll look to throw. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain. He'll look to throw. Dobbins on the slant route. The ball on the 8. Still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Back to throw here. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team because we talk about complementary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
From the gun on 3rd down. Lane. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First reception for him, and remember, he leads the NFL in that category here in this first month. Also has a first down. He'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
At the 45-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. When you look at this defense, they are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season. But, boy, what a competitive group of people. They do not like that ranking they have now because they think that they're better, and they're going to prove it again in this game.
A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process.
At the 27-yard line.
A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And here now the offense heading back out there. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
They go play action here on 1st down. Looking left side, that's complete to Oliver. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Up the middle they go. Prince. And he stopped immediately there. Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Prince. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players, guys. You make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 31-yard line.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. When you look at this defense, they are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. It's taken to the 26. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point, because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll go with a keeper. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down. They bring their punter out there now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. We were just talking about him pregame. 3 tackles for a loss. Last week you thought he looked so explosive on film. Starting off good there, another one in the 1st quarter.
He's every bit of what you described. And I don't want to make it too simplistic, but right now for him, it's see ball, get ball. And that's what he's doing really, really well, and he's doing it in the offense's backfield.
It's now 3rd down and 14.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lane able to find the open man. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Wide open receiver complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter down, it's our home team with possession. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. From the 9, 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the 9.
Looking to throw. Lane. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. From 8 yards out. And his guys have taken the lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretary lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Big strides. Look at him go. And down to the 19-yard line. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
At the 11-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll look to throw. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
3rd and goal.
Now back to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Disastrous outcome there on 3rd and goal. They lose 9 yards on the sack. And looky there, Charles, just acquired, already making an impact on the defensive side of the football.
Maybe not a superstar, but he does a few things well, and I think they'll emphasize that in his new role with this team.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. This a 31-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that will knot us up at 10. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Operating from the gun, Lane. And giving him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lane. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They take over here with good field position thanks to that nice return after the interception as they're already in the red zone, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Prince. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Taken down at the
2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll look to throw here. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards.
They'll set up to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The 4-yard line.
Now a handoff running through the middle. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
And goal at the 5-yard line.
Touchdown! A 5-yard touchdown. And his guys are going to take the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score. 5 plays there on that drive. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Lane. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Back to throw. Lane. And he's got his man on the out route. Here's 3rd and 10.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Looking to throw. Lane. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And on now is the punter, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 15. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
Brings up 3rd and less than a yard.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 3rd down, Prince. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
And a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Oliver.
Second down pass.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Back to throw. That is caught. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yards.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now 2nd and 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4. And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they double them up here. That makes our score 20-10. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And it's a pretty good return here as they get this up to the 29. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
Brings up third down and 11.
From the gun on third down, Lane. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for fourth down. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground. Prince. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Looking to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
3 plays and out. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. I'm going to call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And 8 yards to go.
Back to throw. Lane. And he comes back with one complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Now a handoff up the middle. Prince. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
That's good for a first down. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down.
Brings up second and 4.
Up the middle they go. Prince. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give them the third down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
And a first down.
They'll run on first down. Prince. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 52 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Prince. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's second and 8. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is third down and 8. They'll drop the throw. And that one behind his receiver and incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Brings up second and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now.
That's good for a first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Here's a second and 9 now from the 29. Looking to throw. Lane. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
And 9 yards to go.
Back to throw. Lane. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Results in a fourth down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Going to be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Results in a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
47-yard line.
On 1st down, Prince. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8. They're going to look to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Brings up 3rd down. And
He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his 2nd drop, indeed, not a good look. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Looking to throw. Lane. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and
back to throw. Lane. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
An assortment of sacks in this game. This one the product of a good jump and terrific effort. Moves quickly off the snap of the ball. Doesn't let up until he's in the backfield and impacting the quarterback.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. This is 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
They'll set up a throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And
He'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got this down to the 35. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
result is a first down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
Second down.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 3.
On 3rd down, Prince. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Now a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Back to throw here. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Here's a give up the middle. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the 39-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion.
Results in a first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Prince. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Out of the gun now on third down. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Brings up 3rd and
looking to throw. Lane. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
1st and 10 at the 40.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 49.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A quick throw there is incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. They juked him. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 41 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw. Lane. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Operating from the gun. Lane. pressure gets him back at the 14. 3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. He finds his man, complete. It's Morgan. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down.
Brings up 4th down and goal.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. A real chance for them to salt this game away after that turnover on downs, holding a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
No gain on the play.
Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now a handoff up the middle. Baxter. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Now here's whistles and another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. They'll look to throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. So they bring out their punter as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Lane. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they got a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Time not on their side. They've got 1 timeout, the 2-minute warning to work with as well. But they need points. 1st and 10.
13-yard line.
Looking to throw. Lane. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Here comes 2nd down and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 8-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Back to throw again. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Lane. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. It's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up the touchdown.
But he will not get into the end zone, and that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And it looks like this one won't work out. Hans team able to secure the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he is going to have a first down here, and that should be the one that seals a victory.
A gain of 11 on the play. Result is a first down.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. So they came in here facing a very tall task, going against the NFL's #1 ranked defense, but they got the job done. Charles, really an outstanding performance.
They certainly showed that they weren't going to be intimidated, didn't they? They took out the best defense in the NFL today, took it right to them, and that's against a group of guys that is used to shutting people down. To me, this is going to be a signature moment for this team season.
So for our visitors, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.